Yes. Okay. Hi. I know, I watch my videos and I watch myself say hi. It's so fun. It's like you're looking at, that's not me, but it is.
Yes, it is.
It's fun.
It's okay. It's at least one of you.
Yes. Who am I talking to? Oh, me, Ron. I got it. I love that one. All right. There will be a pause. Good morning, Wink. And an introduction is in order. Osifius. What you would know is your 13th star constellation. But not of this timeline. We will impart up you. Pardon me, it's been a while. Part upon you. The invocations of the 12. And I'm speaking to humanity. Which will be released within the next 3 to 4 months. I would like to say at this time that this interaction is one of great peace between us. And I do mean our species between us, for I am not human. Never have been honored with the joy of being human. For my tasks elsewhere were needed. In this time of understanding, for Rakia, fiction is now fact. When you understand your imagination, that is fiction. When you have a fictional idea and then you have a reality of that becoming a fact, is that not creativity? For everything is imagination. You are born into the world that you see as a reality, but yet you still have imagination. And through that imagination of fiction, you create your reality into fact based upon, once again, your beliefs. Edgeworth's beliefs are diminishing. Those beliefs are blocked by fear. The beliefs of fiction, the belief of fact, are shielded by fear. Fear of acceptance. Fear is femininity. Fear of loss of what we all seem here in this room to perceive as real. The reality base that you now see in your paradigm is the power of your creation. You see it real, yet you are in your dream state, and in your dream state you move, shake, fear, love, hate, anger. What is the difference? Are you not there? Bringing your dream state ideas, connection between your waking and dream, your conscious and unconscious, if you will, is in constant communication to help you understand where you are now. Your PowerPoint of now, realization, reality, where the physical is meeting the spiritual, where the spiritual is creating the moment of reality from your perspective of imagination. The meaning for this interaction and Roxy's forgetfulness is she will now remember that she was here in this way. We understand how, let's say, time doesn't work. In other words, she's going to give herself a new memory of this entire interaction. She will not remember the same things you will, and she will see the difference that she gave herself a new memory in this now. For remember, all of your probable lives are occurring now. You draw upon them whether you know it or not. You draw upon your future selves, your past lives that are all now as well. So let's sum it up. You have your life and all of your probability lives that you are in this incarnation, in all the nows that there are probabilities. And the one that you choose according to your belief is the one that you will experience, in giving yourself the memory of that experience that fits the timeline. Does that make sense? It may seem a little quirky. So let's look at your past lives. All of your past lives, Jason has hundreds of them. All giving a purpose to the now. And of course, Jason giving all of them a purpose. For those past lives, we're imagining this life now, and she and he and they all drew upon them to create their understanding. Which, by the way, all of yourselves have memories of all of your lives. That's why you can never, ever, ever, if you choose, not have a disease, an illness, a cold, a broken bone. You don't have to receive that reality. If you do, you can immediately, in the now, change it. Why? Because your past lives are now, and that one did not have a broken bone. That one did not have cancer. That one did not have blonde hair. You can do all of that. Why? Because it's fiction. And that is your fact, if you choose, once again, according to your belief systems. So what we are doing here is playing with the field of reality that you need to experience, for you all are ready to dabble in this. Test the waters. Your future selves, all of you are, let me tell you, Rita, on this parallel timeline that you are ascended. You receive ascension. In other words, we are discussing the limit that we can give you on this, because that would be an infringement to one point of free will. Pardon me. You will draw upon the memories and understanding, which are created memories from the now, by the way, from that future self of understanding of fifth density and below. Anything beyond that right now is not fully accessible. You do draw upon higher selves of yourself all the time. Your entity, of course, the original one that was created from the source, you always draw upon that one. You have endless energy. So you are now picturing yourself as an ascension. And now you can see yourself as ascended. Act upon that with the power of now. knowing that any challenge is a challenge from the past that you are now remembering from that ascended self. Do you understand?
Yes.
Wonderful. There are other probabilities on where you will expand from there. But now, let's say you are choosing. There always comes a point of surrender for all of you. You have all surrendered, or you would not be here. You've surrendered to your higher self, trusted that voice, trusted that vibration, that feeling, that idea, that that fiction could now be reality. So now you are understanding the power of now, the power of love, the power of yourselves. Remembering what you are. Now, if you would shift your power of now focus to that ascended self that you see, all of you, by the way, in this timeline, feel the release of the challenges that you give before you. For in those challenges that you perceive now, the solutions already occurred in the future. Focus now on that future. The past has the same idea. The drawing upon your past, which are currently going on, gives you abilities and understanding because that you has already solved the problem as well. It has the solution. So you are trying to use your memory of fact that you perceive it in now to solve a problem. Just like our friend Francine just said, where did I get that thought? I would have never thought of that. Guess what? It was one of you that did it. And let's say there are thousands of you right now. In just this one probability, all of those yous, you almost feel scattered, airy. Where do I go? I don't understand. Back to the point. Your idea now is that you have control of your reality based upon the amount of belief you are the creator to go ahead and start creating through the fictional imagination that you have to turn that into fact. This is truly all an illusion. You are all limited by your beliefs. But the limitations are changeable. Not through anger, not through escape or avoidance, but recognition of the challenge, not the problem. There are no problems. They are challenges that you gave yourself to ascend the species once again. Connect to all of your higher selves whenever you choose. Again, in dream state, you are doing all this work and you will transform that into words or symbols in your waking day. Your 24-hour day is literally a lifetime. A lifetime of understanding. You've given yourself so much information. If you are not in the power of now, then you are missing your whole idea that you dreamed and gave, because you are, again, in the paradigm of acceptance of what you see through your wonderful senses you've given yourself. A reality. So, be a victim or be the creator. It is beautiful to see what you see, to understand this density and the innocence of forgetfulness, because your passion for life is invigorated with your forgetfulness. Why? Because you want to survive. You want to create. You want to experience. All of your lives were set up in a particular meaning to give yourself help from your other selves and give those selves help from this self. Which self? Which world? So you understand your paradigm was set up with an experience of lessons, one after the other, to experience so you can understand that perspective of humanity. Now, choose it is the reality of the situation now at this level of belief that you guys have accepted. And not only accepted, changing that fact of acceptance into a belief, changing that belief into what is perfect, knowing. For knowing, there is no variance at all. It is constant creation in knowing. Realize you know you are creating at all moments. Look around. Feel the vibrations of your creativity in that moment. Focus on the moment. Concentration power of the moment, and realize everything you see, smell, touch, taste is your moment of creativity. Feel the spirit and the flesh becoming one in the moment. Draw upon those. Dream states, your higher selves, transforming into waking states for challenges that are perceived with instant solutions available on the probability according to your belief. It's as simple as that. Complicate. Challenge. It must be. These are your thoughts. Eternal love, grace, you will never fall out of it, for it is you. You've all come to a point of passing on your knowledge in one way or the other. Pass on that knowledge of love in whatever paradigm, fiction, fact, idea you create as truth. For you're the only one in conscience here with this imagination, so there is only your truth. Forgiveness is always in play, of self and of others. There is a feeling of remembrance of all this conversation that we are having with all of you right now, for you've given yourself the memory of these ideas already. Your memory was, again, just created right now. So this memory may seem, again? But realize these words are valuable of your ascension and the challenges you've just given yourself to accept. Make no judgment on yourself on how you are proceeding, because that is only judging yourself on how you are proceeding, which again limits you in that moment. Tell yourself every moment is perfectly put together, because that is a learning experience with absolutely no fear. When you have that understanding, that is all acceptance of every moment that you create, you will see how far you will come in an instant amount of time. That fiction ideas that you are having are fact according to your belief in them to create that as a reality. The Jedi will return, for there are many already seeing this new belief, new image of fiction changed into fact. You will meet, you will gather, you will attract, you will create. For reasons I cannot say, this interaction is most earth-changing for all of you who have allowed this interaction. The seeds have been planted. You are all watering your own gardens. Know that this is reality. There will be more. Pardon me. We are going to free flow. We will take a short break, if you choose.
Okay.
Thank you.